4 days.
Years.
Not years. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here at Real Estate Jerky Daily.
Daily.
With Mike Kelly.
I was reading some stuff.
And all of a sudden I became my redneck.
Yeah, redneck.
I guess.
It happens.
Yeah, well,
right?
I was dirt road poor, so what are you going to do?
At least you weren't road dirt poor.
Then I wouldn't be here.
No.
Yeah, that's like telling, my wife, oh, it's time for Annabelle to take a dirt nap.
Baby,
don't
she's
be so
my baby
rude.
girl.
Don't be so rude.
It's weird not having Annabelle here, but
yeah, it's so much calmer.
It is calmer. Well, she was never a problem when I was here.
She's always a problem. But anyway,
I just never saw it.
Yeah,
I still miss my Finn boy.
Yeah, well,
that kid. We come home from working out, and he used to always grab my towel and just kind of gnaw on it a little bit and then drop it. And there's no one to hand my towel to.
You always put it in the.
I do. I put it in the hamper, but nobody gnaws on it.
So I asked them, we have Miwok Village.
We have. Oh, that's
is that
the legal description?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a prelim yet.
Yeah.
So we might have to wait for the prelim. Anyways, people don't understand what we're talking about. I'm talking about a property I'm doing up in Tuolumne County. Sometimes they can have multiple addresses or like my property in Cold Springs is also known as Long Barn or Pinecrest, even though it is Cold Springs.
I think they all drank too much up there back in the day when they were dividing all these lands.
I just think it was one blanketed area for a while. Then they probably made Pinecrest, and then I was like, okay, that's no longer this. It's Pinecrest, and
they haven't updated.
We're Long Barn. Oh no, that's Cold Springs now because it's much colder.
Yeah, it is.
Like Bakersfield, you bake. All right, so not a lot of news today, but I did want to go over a couple of different things.
Yep, go for it.
Dow's up 222 right now, 51. The rates are down about 13 basis points. I locked my guy yesterday. They were so happy.
Yeah.
And then today's 10 years up to 4.19. I just had a feeling we were going to go the other way because yesterday everybody was so happy about the Maduro thing, right? The market was all taking off in the bond market, and now
the Maduro thing that's a pharmaceutical company,
correct? No, it's just the fact that Maduro was captured.
Yeah.
But the problem is the fact that, my sausages are done. Let me just shut this down so I don't burn them up. There we go.
You have an iPhone air fryer or something?
No, it's connected to my Traeger.
Oh, Traeger.
I have my Wi-Fi.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have the fancy ones.
Yeah. It doesn't lift the lid though, does it?
No, is it supposed to?
That would be kind of cool.
No, I don't want that because every time you walk over it, it's like those automatic toilets. Every time you walk over to it, they wake up. What?
Yeah.
You coming in here?
I know.
I'm so happy.
Every time I use your restroom, it's like, hello, a light comes on, it starts flushing or rinsing the bowl.
Yeah, just
heating up the seat.
Yeah, wants to make sure you're happy.
Yeah, I'm a happy boy.
What was I going to talk about? Yeah, so the Maduro thing.
Maduro.
But now they have the certain guard, they've done some things in the last 24 hours that maybe doesn't look like they're on the same page as America.
Who?
And the
Venezuela?
Yes.
Oh.
They have the certain guard going around on motorcycles. That was the bad guard or whatever. I don't know the whole story. I'm just thinking it's not as positive as it was yesterday. So I
to retain power.
Yes, to a certain point, because he used the Colombian guard to protect him because he didn't trust his own people because he's not supposed to be in power. But I don't want to get into the whole thing.
Do a very good job.
Yeah, they did for a very long time. He just said to Trump, "Come get me," and so Trump said, "Okay, I'm here." Actually, we're bringing you to us.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what's going on in stock market, bond market. That's why I kind of think the market's that way, and I'm just glad I locked the people yesterday. We talked about this yesterday about there is more people with 6 or higher, 6% or higher rates than there are than 3% and lower rates.
You were talking about that yesterday, and I still find that interesting.
It's only a few.
It's not by a long margin.
No, it's so 20% of the rates out there are below 3%, and 24.5 is above 3%. So but it's different. Prior to that, only 6.99% of the people were above.
6 a penny above.
Yeah, we're above 6%, 6.9% or greater.
You heard what I said, 6 a pent.
Yeah, something like that. I just agreed. Yes. One of the things I was running into is because I talked about yesterday, the Housing Wire has 720,102 of listings nationwide. But then I saw that NAR has 1.43 million active listings. And do you know what the difference is? You are a NAR person.
Well, they're probably reporting pending sales as an active.
So does the other one.
Yeah. Oh, then I don't know the difference. What is it?
The single family homes versus everything.
Oh,
that's
so they're just delineating. They're throwing out condominiums, townhomes, stuff like that. It's just single family.
Housing Wire is just single family. They're
Gotcha.
not doing condos, townhouses,
all those things.
It should still be a PUD, but yeah, it's because I asked it. I said, "What's the big? Why is there such a big difference between the two?" Because it grabbed something I was giving it earlier today, and it says the 1.43 million active units comes from the National Association of Realtors existing home sales report for November 2025, which includes total housing inventory, active listings of existing homes across the U.S. So I would even think that'd be the 1 to 4 units. Right. Where it reflects broad nationwide count of all existing homes on market, single family homes, condos, townhomes, as reported by NAR. And they showed it at 1.43 million, which normally there'd be 2 something million at this time.
Right.
And that is
2.6 around.
Yeah, I have that somewhere else in here. But that's 7.5% higher than earlier this year. So we have 4.2 months supply. Because remember, we kept seeing that going, that's not what 720 is. But if you look at the Housing Wire number, it comes to Altos Research, a private real-time housing data provider that tracks listings differently. They report only single-family listings.
Okay.
That means they exclude condos, townhouse, 1 to 4 units. This is based on real-time MLS data, updated weekly, not monthly. So the NAR's updated monthly only. So and the month, it's not the standardized survey from NAR. It's an actual MLS data. However, it cannot include some MLSs. So it's not perfect.
What?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So they don't have a data agreement with some MLSs to be able to.
It just said it could. They're
just trying to say we're not accurate.
They're saying we're close as possible,
but no cigar.
Well, and again, they're only single family homes. So the question would be, well, if NAR put out a report that was only single family homes, how close are the two?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Bottom line, does it really matter? There's not enough listings.
There's still a downside to that because we don't have enough.
Correct. And that's all. I mean, because I keep seeing different numbers. So I like the Housing Wire because it's only single family homes that I really work with.
Mm-hmm.
We have a few condos, but not really. And townhouses, we have those, and those are good. But that's really, there's not a. And again, we're pulling stuff here because there's nothing happening until Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week.
Yeah. I pulled up a few new laws that are going to go into effect if you want to hear about those.
In 1 second, I do have one more thing.
Cool.
There is ISM Manufacturing.
Which is ISM?
Yeah.
International Strategic Manufacturers.
Service, man. Anyway.
Yeah.
It came in at 47.9, lower than the 48.4 is expected. And this is the lowest read of 2025. Really? Because it's the first read of 2025. I'm sorry. It's the lowest read of 2025 of all the whole year.
Okay. So the end of the year.
Yeah, end of the year is much lower than the rest of the year. Key details, only 2 of 17 industries reported expansion. Just 11% of sectors are growing. The second lowest in 2020 since 2009, not 2009.
Well, that works.
No, it's different. New orders and unemployment remain deep in contraction. Prices stay stable, which helps boost bonds.
Right.
Reading below 50 is contraction, which we've been there for a while, and that's just showing slower activity. There was a rent thing I needed to talk. Here it is. Apartment List came out with their December national rent report. Rents fell another 0.8% in December. This is the 5th straight month drop, down 1.3% year over year. Much deeper than the November 1.1% decline. Vacancy rate is at 7.3%. That's a all-time high for Apartment List since they've been reporting. Average days on the market is 38.7, up from 36. Rents and owner equivalent rents are the largest part of the CPI and PCE inflation. This keep going down helps with our PCE and CPI and the PP, all that when it comes to the inflation
and the PP. So what was the days it went down? It went from 36 to 30, or it went from 30 to 36?
It went from 36 up to 38.7.
38.7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're just, it just, they expect lower rates and stronger demand going forward because of the inventory constraints, with what's going on. I expect the same thing. I was telling somebody else who was a veteran they just signed a lease for a year, and they were like, well, can I break this? I'm like, just go and talk to them and say you have a potential for moving. What's right now, since it's only been 4 days, would they allow you to get out of your lease or something? I said, don't tell them that what you're really doing, because they don't need to know that. But just that way they'll tell you whether or not they can really get you out if they think it's a job. If they say, well, with the job, we're going to hit you, we'll try to rent it, and then we'll hit you only for the difference in rents for that.
Oh, yeah, that's a possibility.
Because I
think there's some legislation that protects people from that.
Well,
I don't know if it's
I'm sure there's
though.
more protection for the
tenant
renter than the major people hey, I got to move. And there was, like she said, there was a $3,600 fee in there. I'm like, just a fee one time, because usually it's 1 month rent and then and then any additional months, but they have to try to rent your place for you. But I don't know. I'm not a tenant person.
Neither am I.
I haven't rented in so long.
It's been a while.
It's been 25 years.
Yeah. 19.
Well, what are we? 20. We're in 26.
1996.
It's been 24 years.
Yeah.
No, it's more than that, because that was when I was in San Diego. I rented before I moved up here in 2002.
Yeah. So you good with your reports?
I'm done. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's good. Hey, guess what? Beginning March 1st, 2026, you investors, you LLCs and trusts and flippers, on cash deals, you're going to have a lot more disclosures. It says a lot more disclosures. It says certain all cash deals will now trigger additional reporting requirements.
Yeah, they're going to want to know where the cash came from.
Yeah. What they're trying to do is stop the ridiculous amount of money laundering that's going on in the world.
Is there a ridiculous amount?
I guess so. It says there's a ridiculous amount. While this rule does not change how properties are bought or sold, it does add a new layer of compliance that professionals should be prepared for early in 2026. So it's just more paperwork. But you know what? The cool thing is it's all digital, so you don't have to have
that's an escrow issue.
It's an escrow issue. It's a real estate agent issue.
I was just surprised they never had to do it before.
It was one of those little cracks.
That
needed to be filled up.
Yeah, because when you come walking in with a wheelbarrow full of cash,
say, where'd you get this?
Well, they can't bring in cash.
I usually just leave it in my mattress.
I just do pennies.
Yeah, do a floor of it. And in beginning, what is today? Is today the 6th?
Yes, it is.
The 6th. So 5 days ago, if you have digitally altered or AI, generated by using AI photos on your listing, you have to disclose on the photo that it's digitally altered. Or like I like seeing is when virtual staging became a big thing. You had to put on each picture, this is virtually staged, like you couldn't tell. But they're protecting the dumbest of the dumbest. So,
well, the thing is, there is a way now to take off that metadata and then put metadata on there, like it was took a picture with a Sony DSLR on this. I'm just saying there is. I know somebody who came up with an app that does that for your website, so that when AI looks at the pictures, it doesn't say that they're AI generated.
Yeah. Well, does it really matter?
Yeah,
you're going to eventually walk
Google
through
and all that.
You're going to walk through the home, right?
Yeah. Well, my big thing is everything that's happening right now, and I talked about this last year, and somebody I know just can't said it again, that people are going to get so tired of AI that it's got to be real again in 2 years from now.
I would agree. Yeah. I would agree. Oh my
People
God.
are going to want to see you. They're going to want to talk to you. They're fine with that, getting the AI calls right now when they talk to somebody instead of recorded voice and all that stuff.
Right.
However, if they're going to really do a deal with you, they need to speak to you. And that's why they also don't don't clone your voice and put it in your AI system for like you're talking. Then people say we talked yesterday.
No, we didn't. Unless it emails you a transcript, right?
Well, I'm with high
And you still
high
gotta read
level.
it.
When they call my phone, it records everything and says it's recording for quality service. So that way I can always go back and see what was said.
Yeah. Yeah, I got an email yesterday from a client. I want to say I talked with them last 2 years ago. And they said, you know, this is what we're going to do. We'll reach out when we're ready. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's how I operate. You reach out when you're ready. And I barely remembered them. You know, I had to go back through and find the file. And
Yeah, that was just yesterday.
2 years. That was yesterday. Yeah, I talked to them yesterday, and this morning they called and said they're ready. So I had to research, and the one thing I couldn't figure out is how long have you been renting out your house? Because if it's been 4 years, we're kind of screwed. So
yep.
Anyway,
Then
he
it's
wanted
no
all
longer
kinds
primary.
he wanted all kinds of tax advice, and I said I cannot give you tax advice.
Well, that's like one of the ones I'm doing is a family thing, and the guy that's selling it wants to do a 1031 exchange. I'm like, here, I can't help you on that at all.
Yeah, here's
I'm not
James.
doing in the real estate. I told you guys create your own little contract, give it to escrow, whatever. If you're not using agents, I can't get involved because I have my broker's license.
Yeah, and do not do a reverse T1031
No, they
exchange unless you really have
They already
to.
found the property.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
They found it. Yeah, he's like biting at the bit now to get it sold. It's only been 10 days.
Yeah. Yeah. It used to be you'd have multiple contracts in 10 days.
The issue I ran into is at this property, somebody had put a trash can in the ground.
You
Did I
were
tell you
talking about that. Yeah.
They have a drain in the backyard in the grass that goes into this trash can, and then it fills up and goes out into the front. And I don't know if they had a pump in there at one time or whatever. And I'm like, you know, and so it's a health and safety issue because you can walk. I mean, it's in the actual ground. So and it just had a lid for a trash can on top of it. So the appraiser stepped through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have told him put some pallets over that or something so they couldn't see it, but that's just me.
I would put some gravel and sand and rocks.
Well, they turn it into a French drain.
Yeah.
And then, but the appraiser still, it's an FHA, still wants it to be inspected because he thinks they just put dirt in it and it's going to cause more problems because there had to be a problem in the first place for it being. I'm thinking, okay, are you an appraiser or are you an engineer? And what do you know about this property that we don't know about?
I think they're a science fiction writer.
I think they're just they're not
making
staying
assumptions.
in their damn lane.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane as the appraiser. Yes, I understand it's FHA. I understand there's certain health and safety issues. The health and safety issue was removing it so a child wouldn't fall into it. That's the health and safety. Well, he's worried about flooding. Okay, it's not like it's in a flood zone. And guys like, should I do a percolating test? I'm like, oh no, don't go that far into it. Just get somebody to say that, you know, they're like, and I asked the underwriter, and because the appraiser's so on his horse now about the fact that
he's not going to sign off the appraisal until that's taken care of.
Yeah, because it has to be re-inspected for some other, for that and some paint issues. Things. And he wants somebody to say that it was done properly or whatever, because he just filled it in with dirt. No, he didn't, dumbass. He put a French drain in.
Yeah.
He put some guy down there French and just covered him up.
Exactly.
His last name was Drain.
Oi. But did he drill holes in the bottom so it can percolate? You got to do a percolating test. Get a
well, that's what he was like. Should I do I'm like, no, just have somebody sign off saying, because I asked the underwriter, I'm like, who can this be? A plumber, a landscape person? They go, yes, either or. I'm like, okay. Hey, Juan.
Yeah.
It's got to be a licensed
bring
person.
your brother too.
It's got to be a licensed person.
Yeah.
And well, the company he works for, it has to do with construction. The guy has his contracting license. I'm like, that's fine. Just have him write a letter stating that it was done to proper standards and blah, 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 and give it to the appraiser.
Yeah. Just hopefully he gets down off his high horse.
Yeah, well, stay in your lane, people.
People like to think they're protecting someone. You're protecting no one.
I could see it if there was we're talking about, I mean, no code enforcement comes out and checks that my drains to the front of my house when I put them in.
Yeah. And gosh, how come in the 1920s they allowed people to put trash cans in the ground?
It wasn't that. The question is, why did whoever thought of this? It's like, really?
Oh, there are I'm going to tell you something. There's subdivisions, I think even in Modesto, some older subdivisions that still have trash cans with, like the tea kettle lid.
Mhm.
You step on it and the lid opens up and it's a trash can, and that's where they used to put their trash can. So it wasn't standing up, and it was
Oh, it's in the ground?
It's in the ground.
Oh, really?
And then they would step on the lid, it would open up, they would pull the trash can out and put it in the alley for the trash collector. Those are just old time things.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
they
this
didn't wanna
wasn't
see
an
cans.
old trash can. This was a Rubbermaid type of trash can.
Someone just didn't want to see the stupid can.
Well, first of all, if you're gonna do it, no, they had it like to collect water and then move it to the front. Why don't they
water basin?
Yeah, or something. I
Yeah.
have no idea what it was.
Gotcha.
Nobody really knows. Everybody can assume, but they didn't install it.
The guy that did it knows.
Yeah, he's not around anymore. It's been there I'm just surprised it's been there as long as it's been there, and it's never been someone hasn't. So the guy was like, I'm just gonna, put rocks and sand and fill it up the way you would a French drain.
Right.
And then if it gets too much, it'll go out through the French drain. And
Right.
that's what he did. Well, the appraiser, he just filled it with dirt. No, he didn't. And I think that was because somebody at the appraisal management company, well, he should have taken pictures along the way of doing it. But like I said, oh, well, what are you going to do? Yeah. Hindsight's 2020.
It is. It is so 2020.
Or 2026.
It is
2025 would be hindsight.
And that's the facts.
And that's
Jack.
a wrap. We're done. We're just going to keep going. So
you guys have a great day today.
Long story short, if you remember when you're doing FHA, they can call for things.
Yeah.
VA can too. Scrape paint. I had somebody from your office call me yesterday or he's no longer at your office, somewhere else, about he's taking an offer of VA. What's the big difference? And it's like, there is
not
no
much.
Difference. It's just, it's the same issue though, if it's got peeling paint, that kind of stuff, just go get some paint and just paint over it or put some primer over it before you.
I had an appraiser a long time ago who hated PMZ agents because I guess he just hated PMZ. He used to work for PMZ appraisal and got let go. And so he just didn't like them. And there was a tree in a backyard that didn't look really good. Didn't look fantastic. It still had green on it. Made the seller chop it down.
Really?
Yeah. VA.
It was a hazard.
It was a health and safety hazard. He was afraid it was going to, even though it was leaning 30 degrees to the alley, he was afraid it was going to, a strong wind would come up and blow it into the house. Oh, well, you knock yourself out, Rolando.
Yeah. All right. Let's call it.
Bye.
Appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for listening to us. And Mike, thanks for being here. We'll be back tomorrow with some actual news about real estate numbers.
Yeah.
Local
and
just
state
local.
On Friday.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
And I have some other financial numbers tomorrow.
Sweet.
All right, make it a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Go kick butts.
All right. Bye.
Bye.